Alright, hello guys. This is going to be a pretty fast-paced game actually. I think it's a good example of how to pretty much like destroy a game in the early game and then just snowball out of control, and that's kind of what this game was. I'm actually really happy with how this game turned out, and I'm actually really sad at the same time because this is not the game I was going to show you today. I was actually going to show you a mid Kha'Zix game, but I can't find the recording anywhere, so it's lost in time, and I'm really upset about that because I wanted to do a mid Kha'Zix video at some point and I missed my chance, so unlucky. Anyway, we are going to be running the first strike with the treasure hunter, and that's just going to be a nice safe economy page, so we get a lot of money, and we are going to run into the eclipse here because of their team comp. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to 3 camp, and then I'm going to go into my red, and the reason I do this is because if I get greedy and go for the raptors as well, Graves sometimes has this path where he does this, like he does an early 3 camp and then he just goes and invades you, and I don't want that to happen, so that's why I'm just going straight into my red here. The first blood goes into the enemy bot lane. Unlucky, Kha'Zix picks up the double. Unlucky, don't really want to play around that lane anymore, but yeah. So after I take my red, I see a good chance to go mid, and I ping the LeBlanc to go in. She has a nice chain going for her, and then she's going to start a fight. And then I'm honestly might not even need to be there, but of course, like, you want to be getting those kills early, and that's going to be really good because we get our stacks on the treasure hunter and the eyeball. And immediately after, what I do is I walk up here because I want to contest the crab, and I realize that the Graves has done a 3 camp and he's just trying to take his blue, and he's going to be a bit upset when I Q smite it right in front of his face. And yeah, this guy actually does no damage, so I could fight him if I wanted to, but unfortunately the Vex comes along and I try to jump over the wall, and I try to flash over the wall, and we just don't fucking talk about it, do we? Oh my god, that's so sad. That's so sad, man. Alright, look. So I tried to jump over the wall, and then the Vex fear actually stopped me from doing that. Which I didn't know, by the way. I had no idea. I actually did not have a clue that the Vex Fear stops your jump. I really had no clue, man. And then I failed my flash over the wall. Look, we really don't talk about it, but hey, that's okay. Our tempo is still good. We're just going to go down into the bottom crab instead, and then go from there. So immediately after, well, we know we burnt the flash just off that play because the Vex flashed over the wall. So I actually see a good chance to go in here with the LeBlanc, and LeBlanc's gonna walk up and try and get a chain. And because we know she has no flash and she just used her fear right there, we can walk up and we just clean her up very comfortably. So that's a good opportunity that we picked out. Honestly, it's funny because I probably wouldn't have even been in that position to go for a gank there if I didn't fail my play in the enemy jungle. So that's, it's calculated, man. It's calculated, okay? Alright, so this is really good, right? Because immediately after, what me and LeBlanc do is we straight up just run down bot, and this is a fairly weak lane in the bot lane. They don't really have too much synergy going or protection for them, and they are half health with pretty much no sum, so this is actually really free. We're going to lead in with a W, EQ auto attack. Turns out the W kills the Blitzcrank, and then we actually pick ourselves up a double kill and we get the shutdown on Kai'Sa, which is super good. I don't really know why the Sivir is tanking that tower, but that's okay. And look at this as well, right? We get another wave of experience, and this experience is going to be absolutely juicy because we hit level 5. Aatrox's going to go down in the top lane. That's unfortunate. And straight after that, we go into the crab. I'm going to look for crab here. Thankfully, it's actually de-shielded. I believe they're removing the shield next season, right? For the crab. That's going to be really good because, I mean, the shield is just so unnecessary, honestly. I don't even know why the shield exists in the first place for the scuttle crab, but that's going to be nice. And immediately after, there's not really anything else to do on the map right now, so I'm just going to go into my camps, and this is the perfect time to be taking our camps, right? Because we hit level 5 just solely off ganking and applying pressure, and that is amazing, right? So that means we have our camps to fall back on, and that's going to let us progress towards level 6 really comfortably. And you can see that I was actually thinking about recalling that, but I am close to the eclipse, so I'm going to take the raptors to get that. And I also want to progress to my level 6 as well. So yeah, just going to look if I can see anything mid lane, but LeBlanc's got that covered, kills the Vex, very nice. And yeah, we're just going to be going into our raptors, going to be taking that, and then I think Yeah, okay. Oh, no, okay. So Graves comes along and he pushes the mid lane. So this is a really good chance to pick up that wave that is pushing into the tower while LeBlanc is recalling. And we're just going to go and do our CSing here. That is basically it, guys. This is going to be enormous because, I mean, jungle XP is just not enough if you want to, like, get super huge leads in this meta. I mean, it's always never been enough. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I do here is that after Vex stops me like a bitch, she stops my recall, unfortunately. So instead of just recalling, I'm going to decide to try and run down. Unfortunately, I get spotted by a ward here, so this is interesting, right? Because Graves knows exactly where I am, and he's expecting me to like walk up into the bush or some shit and face check him, but yeah, Blitzcrank goes for a flash hook, it doesn't work, but then Graves reveals himself. I mean, we always knew he was on the ward, but he shows into, he's applying pressure into the lane, and he walks up too far, knowing that I was there, and, gets picked, so I'm not really sure about that from the Graves. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. But, getting stopped, again, it's so interesting, because when the enemy's doing things to like set us back, we're always finding ways to come, like do something else. So when we get stopped by the Vex, we just go bot and somehow find a kill. When we die in the enemy jungle, we actually find a way to use that for a good gank path and, get a kill off that as well. I don't know, it's really interesting how we've, come back from so many questionable scenarios in this game. So it's really, really nice. And we do pick up the Eclipse as well. I just want to touch on this really quick. I haven't really been running Red Smite lately. Actually, this is not even going to matter. It's not even going to matter because it's preseason coming soon, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I haven't been running Red Smite at all. I've just been sticking exclusively to Blue Smite, and it's been working out super, super nicely. Not a deal breaker, but I think the extra burst is kind of useful in a lot of scenarios. But yeah. Okay, so what I do here is I just path up towards the Herald, and based off how the Graves is playing, I don't think he's going to be going into Herald here because he's so behind. Like he's died so many times and he made so many mistakes. I don't think he would invest so much time to go into the Herald. So yeah, I'm pathing up to the Herald, taking my time, and then I find that the Nasus is actually trying to go on the Aatrox here, and I just, I jump in, I give a ISO Q, and Aatrox is safe because, Aatrox is Aatrox. And then Graves comes along, he gets, I don't know what he's doing, man. This guy is questionable. Aatrox just annihilates him. I don't even need to be here, but I come around just to pick up the kill. That is very nice. And then we are going to go into Herald straight away, now that we have so much prior to work with. And once we get the Herald, like, I mean, traditionally, you want to put the Herald mid, I think, if you can, if possible. This is because it opens up the map a lot more. And, when you open up the mid lane, you can kind of enter the enemy jungle a lot more easier. Is this proper function? Look, I can't speak English right now. That's okay. But we can play Kha'Zix, right? So we pick the Herald up, and then we're going to go back into the jungle. And I think I just... do I full clear here? I don't even know. I don't remember, guys, sorry. But I think in this case, yeah, okay. So I don't full clear. And the reason for this is because I'm so fed. Like, there's no point me clearing because I need to use this lead that I have. And I need to use this Herald. Something's happening in the bot lane. Graves... actually, Blitzcrank is going to get that kill. Unfortunate. Poor Graves. I'm sure he's a bit tilted right now. But yeah. We are going to walk down, and my plan here is to actually just get the dragon. Graves is going to go in again, and she's, I mean, Civ is actually holding her own here, which is kind of crazy. Civ is a good champ, by the way. And instead of taking the dragon, I know this shit's happening, so I'm just going to walk over here, jump on the Graves, pick up that kill, because people just love fighting for no reason, apparently, and I'm just kind of cleaning up as I go. Now, I'm going to get a tower plating here. Actually, Kha'Zix is going to come along, so I'm just going to burst her under the tower, and I'm going to void sword out so that the tower only hits me like once, and then we're going to go back in, and me and LeBlanc are going to pick up another kill. Not really any respect coming from the Kai'Sa, and I'm sure everyone on the enemy team is just completely tilted now. So straight away, we don't waste any time, we just go straight into the Herald. And LeBlanc wants me to use the Herald on the bot lane, but I am not going to, because I want to use it mid, and in my opinion, like, yeah, like I was saying before, I think mid lane, just opening up mid lane is a lot better. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't really matter all too much, but it's fine. We're just going to walk up here after taking the dragon, and yeah, I do want to try and go for this. I believe Aatrox got the Vex low, so this is why I'm just walking up quite aggressively here, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, this is the perfect time to drop the Herald mid like I was planning. And now we're just going to take the Raptors as well, which is very juicy. Shove in this wave. And yeah, like that's it, guys. You don't want to get baited by... You don't want to get baited by like the bot lane tower, I feel like. Unless you have to really use the Herald or turret plating is expiring or some shit. Like, if you can get the mid tower, honestly, just prioritize that mid tower, because especially if someone's running like a control mage or something, like a Nivea or Victor or any wave clear champ in the mid lane, it's really important you get that mid tower, because then you have that pressure to work with, and if you don't take that, you know, you're gonna have some trouble. But yeah, something is happening here. Another scrap in the bot lane, once again, for no reason, I assume. And I'm just gonna jump in here and pick up a Blitzcrank and immediately recall. I don't want to go into my camps here because, again, like I said, we're so mega giga fed that we just need to use our lead and just get the items and get on the map ASAP. So yeah, pick up the Ghost Blade, which is juicy, very juicy. And we're just gonna go into... Oh, well, I guess now is the time to go into our jungle, right? Yeah. Still running Eclipse, of course. No real major difference I've been noticing with the Eclipse. Literally haven't been noticing any change in damage at all. Honestly, the more I use this new Eclipse with the lower lethality, yeah, really doesn't make a huge difference. I guess the +5 AD is kind of nice, but yeah. I'm immediately going to run down into the bot lane after I clear these camps. Because now with the mid lane gone, I can kind of just freely walk into the enemy jungle. I mean, I guess having mid gone doesn't really matter here, but I'm forcing Kai'Sa to back off here. Considering the tower's so low and I'm 3 levels above her, I can pretty much just like tower dive if I want to. So there's nothing she can really do, and inevitably she just has to back off. So I see the Graves here. I could actually kill them both, most likely, but it's kind of important I don't get greedy, because in reality, like, what do these kills do? Essentially, they don't really do anything. And so Graves is still going to be in bot side. He's going to look for LeBlanc. That's not going to happen. So immediately, not wasting any time, right? I think we're pretty good on time management in this game. We don't waste any time, and we just shove the mid lane wave. And a fight is still going on in the top side. I'm going to take away this guy's wolves, because why not? And I'm going to steadily path towards the top side so that I can maybe go for a kill there if they stay around. And I guess not, but hey, you know, we do take this topside jungle. That is very juicy, and I will be taking that away quite comfortably, no issues. I can really just do whatever I want here at this point. Okay, so Nasus is actually going on the Sivir here. Seraphine lands a good ult, and Graves is just in isolation, so I'm able to get a good one shot on him. And I hit level 11 off that, which is fucking juicy, and you know what comes next, right? We evolve the wings. I've actually been evolving wings quite a lot lately, just when I'm fed. It's been really, really good. I'm gonna walk up here. I was skeptical to jump here because I know Kai'Sa has an ulti still, and sure enough, she does indeed ulti, and I could have died there very quickly, but they actually focus the LeBlanc instead, and she's gonna just get melted. So yep, it's a good thing I didn't commit too hard to that, because I did think that was quite a risky play. Anyway, with the Kai'Sa ulti down, I actually try and Void Assault into the lane and jump on her, but I just don't get into auto range. But I know she has nothing up, and I'm going to flash into her while she's in isolation, and I'm going to QW, which is going to follow her flash with the W. That's really nice, and then we just pick up the Blitzcrank afterwards, and we do a nice little EQ on the minion. Yeah, so that was pretty good. That was just me basically abusing the fact that she has no ulti. Kai'Sa is very slippery. Like, when she has ulti and flash, you you really gotta keep in mind how mobile and slippery she is. And when she has an E-Evolve, it becomes a lot worse, but, you know, she doesn't have an E-Evolve yet, and she just uses ulti, so she's pretty much defenseless aside from her flash. And, you know, that flash isn't really gonna matter too much because we can chase her down. Nice. Straight after, we go for the Herald, and then we're going to go into the camps, just because, like, there's nothing really up right now. You know, you gotta take a look at the map, right? What can we realistically do? And the answer is dragon. So I could go into dragon here, but I mean, let's be honest, guys. Like at this point, there's like it doesn't matter if we take dragon or not. Like enemy team is not gonna walk up and take the dragon unless they somehow get like 2 picks or something. They're not gonna face check a Kha'Zix, and they're not gonna walk into vision at this point because I'm so fed and I can just one shot them out of the blue. So yeah. The best thing for me to do there is just to take the camps, and I do take the camps. I recall, I pick up my LDR, and I pick up Devil Longsword. So I go for the LDR just because of the Nasus. There's a chance Nasus can potentially scale and become a god, so I want to make sure I can kill him. So the LDR is going to make sure that you know, the extra health that the Nasus has is just going to disappear because I have LDR. So it's just a safety net for the Nasus, basically. That's why I'm buying LDR. And yeah, that's about it. Go into the dragon, you know, no big deal. Pick up the dragon, and then I'm going to shadow the Aatrox in the bot lane, who is taking the tower. We also have Herald here, so I could use this Herald here. I do decide to use it because this Vex is really overextended, and we could walk up and just kill her. But I decided to walk up here. A fight is actually breaking out. Seraphine ult comes through. Enemy team is walking up like crazy. I'm off to the side. I just walk up. Graves is in isolation. I'm going to try double jump here, but it fucking fails because Siva is a donkey and denies my reset. Absolute, just tragic occurrence. We don't get the double jump. Maybe it was for the best though, honestly, because Vex was there, but who knows? Hey, look at this, right? Look at this. Did you see that? Did you see that, right? Shh, you guys, shh. Don't tell anyone this, right? But this patch is really strange. I don't remember this being a thing a while back, but people next to untargetable towers are still isolated. Yeah. Shh. Keep it on the down low, right? We don't want this getting changed, right? People next to inactive towers are isolated. Towers that are untargetable, they don't count towards isolation. Bro, hide this shit. Don't mention this to anyone, okay? We want this to stay around because it's so fucking useful. Like you just saw right there. We're able to get the isolation damage on the Vex and one-shot it. But yeah, we take the bot lane inhib. And I see these guys are walking out very low. One shot the Graves. Hello, how's it going? I'm going to AQ the Kai'Sa. Actually W her to get the finisher off. I don't know why she didn't die. Did she ulti there? I think she may have ulted or something. Like, honestly, I'm used to durability. Pre-durability damage still. So I'm missing out on my resets just by a little bit. And that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, we are going to go down there. Not a huge deal. Just going to cut over that part. Okay, hello, how's it going? We are back. Nothing really happened. We're just taking the Baron here. Because pretty much all that's left is to just waltz into the enemy base and end the game. That's pretty much all we need to do. And, you know, what better way to do that than with the Baron, right? So, I'm going to walk into the enemy base with the Baron, and we're going to see if we can do some juicy montage clip, right? Of course, like, that's what we gotta do. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really happen. Spoiler alert, doesn't happen. But yeah, this is the end of the game. Just gonna casually hit the base, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I think this game was a good example of how to kind of just destroy early games. I was very proactive in this game, and I took a lot of early plays. And even though I made some mistakes in the early game, we actually used those mistakes and capitalized off of our mistakes to get, you know, more plays, which is really good. So I'm pretty happy with how this game turned out. And unfortunately, I lost my mid Kha'Zix game, so I can't show you guys that. Very unlucky, but yeah. I'm jump on the Nasus here. Goodbye, Nasus. No chance with the LDR. And yeah, that's going to be the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe learned something. Who knows? Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. And I will see you guys next time with some more Kha'Zix. Catch you later.